Getting impatient is something that happens to us all, whether it be on the daily or once in a while. As years go by, the demand for everything to be quicker and faster grows more and more, largely due to the fact that many of us are still constantly glued to our instantly gratifying phones. You might be thinking, nah, I'm always chill, nothing bothers me, I'm calm and cool and yada yada. Well, here's a test and be honest with yourself. How many times have you rolled your eyes or yelled in frustration when instead of seeing that latest cat video, you're met with the buffering symbol? Or when the traffic lights are about to turn green and an elderly person is walking really slowly across the street? Or when you finish the 4th day of a diet plan and you see absolutely zero results in the mirror? Or driving late to work in the morning and you've hit every red light on the way? Still think you're a chill person? Or have those previous examples made you think twice? Don't worry, we've all been there. When we are impatient, we tend to over-dramatize the importance of that thing we want or that place we need to be. We blow things out of proportion. We judge people who stop and smell the roses as lazy because they aren't struggling and doing the norm like everyone else. But what does all this impatience really get us in the end? Frequent road rage, high divorce rates, stress-induced illnesses, raising rates of depression and anxiety, more people dying from heart attacks, materialism sucking our souls dry, drug use and violence, the list goes on. Well, what makes you impatient? Nobody is 100% completely patient all the time. We all have things that trigger us to lose our patience and get stressed. Maybe the person in front of you is taking way too long to order their meal, or maybe your smartphone is beginning to crap out on you. Patience, however, is a skill that you can develop if you want to live a happier, more peaceful life. The first step is to notice what triggers your impatience and to begin to notice how it causes you to react. These techniques can help you to start to recognize what triggers your impatience. Keep a journal or a simple list of all the times you get impatient over a few days. Notice if you tend to get more impatient when there are physical issues such as being hungry, thirsty, or sleep deprived. These are things that can be easily remedied to prevent a lot of impatient behavior. Ask your friends and family what they notice about what triggers your impatience. If you're around them a lot, they will probably be able to list off some things you hadn't considered. Notice how you feel next time you're impatient. More than likely, you're not going to feel great. You might feel anxiety or angry. Your heart may race, and your temperature may rise, and your breath may become shallow, for example. Once you have a better understanding of what makes you feel impatient and how you feel when you are, you can start to take action to improve your patience and your life. How to develop patience? There are many different ways you can develop patience, and yes, it can be developed or improved upon, just like any other skill. Here's some examples that you can start with in order to remedy your impatience. Slow down. Instead of rushing through everything at superhero speed, slow down to regular human speed on purpose. Actually take the time to think about the task at hand and hone in on your overall focus. Instead of weaving around on the freeway while thinking about all the looming paperwork, forget everything else and focus on the one task at hand, driving safely to work. Most of these things we lose patience over are really not that important. Being 5 minutes late to work once in a while really doesn't matter on the grand scheme. Save yourself the stress and focus on getting there safely. Trust me, your boss would rather see you at work late than in a stretcher towards the hospital. The illusion of control. To put it frankly, get over yourself and understand that you cannot have control over everything in your life. Thinking that we have control over every situation just leads to a mess of unnecessary stress when that imaginary control begins to slip away. Being honest with ourselves that a lot of what we get impatient about is out of our control in the first place really puts things into perspective. It makes it easier for us to let go of the supposed control that we are chasing and being more patient with ourselves and others. Practice being mindful. Often we create our own impatience because we're thinking way too much about the future or worrying about past mistakes. This makes it impossible to appreciate the present, which is really the only time we have. Practicing mindfulness is simply paying attention on purpose in each moment to our experience. Doing this can lead to a happier life and reduce stress. Catch yourself. Practicing more mindfulness can help us to lead to what causes our impatience in the first place. It also helps us recognize the feelings, thoughts, and physical sensations that occur when impatience begins to set in. This awareness makes it possible to catch ourselves getting worked up so that we can put our tools that we've learned into action. Instead of getting angry in an impatient situation, you can instead choose to take a break and time out. Visualize being patient. If you already know of a future situation where you're likely to get impatient, stop now, in the present, and visualize that situation where instead you'll be patient. This tricks our brains into mimicking that patient behavior during the actual event, which makes us more likely to stay calm in that future event, which would otherwise push our buttons. Thanks for checking out the video. Hope this helped. Remember, even actively developing your patience won't make you perfect all the time. You will lose your temper, and sometimes we all do. If anger and frustration does come out once in a while, be mindful and try to do better next time. Instead of getting discouraged, cut yourself some slack. There will always be another opportunity to practice. Please subscribe, throw me a like, and share the video with some of your impatient friends. Also, tick that bell icon so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. Until next time, as always, be well and thrive on repeat.